Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the new Blerd order. Let's get things started right off the bat. Let's do this thing. It's time to get some Spider-Man, get some Foundation, get some Wheel of Time, and a lot of other stuff. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning. Let's do this. Morning, everybody. How's it going?
What's
This
up?
this is
Good
this is
morning there.
the newest version of Iron Fist that we have with us right now. This is actually Vince Taylor about to come home to us from a cruise. And he so graciously joined us this morning just to say, hey, wish us good morning and just hang out because we love doing this. And Vince, I think, loves it more than anybody. So he was like, guys, Vince with every excuse in the book could miss without ever catching any grief. But here he is at the bus stop, full mask, sunglasses, looking like a person of interest, and still manages to join us.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie. It's hard out here at the immigration border. They can't really tell the difference between me and some of the folks that are sneaking across. I feel like I just left Jedi training camp in this outfit, but hopefully all is well. Looks like my bus just pulled up, so I may only be over here for a couple seconds, but it's always good to join y'all. Oh shit! I'm about to get hit by a bus.
Oh my God.
Man, we almost had our first
Jesus.
viral video.
Right.
That almost happened.
They're not with y'all.
Podcaster gets hit by bus live.
Right.
And for the part, I might lose a leg, but I'll be like, but did we get the views?
Worth it. Now, while you're here, we can really quickly touch on the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer that dropped on Tuesday. To much fanfare, much discussion. It was an event. I mean, it was a trailer event, which is something that Marvel has just created. I mean, nobody was ever this interested in trailers until Marvel movies started becoming a thing. Vince, I know we've had this discussion many times. Vince doesn't like trailers too much. Doesn't like to dive in. Doesn't like to get things spoiled. So we will spoil things for him that we saw in the trailer. Miles Morales showing up and like shaking hands with Spider-Man and stuff like that. Dr. Octopus getting married to Aunt May. Superman showed up. Like it was a crazy trailer. Like absolutely crazy trailer.
There was a female Spider-Man getting hummed by the Goblin I saw. So like shit got crazy, bro.
I hate y'all. I cannot. Bro.
No, but I mean, after kind of sitting with the trailer for a little while, kind of going over things, seeing all the news coming out, Tom Holland talking about maybe passing the torch, maybe not being Spider-Man after this movie. I'm like, man, this movie is going to be huge. Like it's going to, it might feel like the end of something, maybe the beginning of a whole new thing. I don't know. I don't even know how to feel. I'm already grieving. And I don't even know if things are going to be happening. I mean, Steph, you saw the trailer, I'd imagine. What are your thoughts after seeing the trailer? Are you more excited? Are you less excited? Are you ridiculously excited? Help me out.
I was kind of neutral about it. I'm excited about the film in general, but I'm not enough of a specific Spider-Man fan to be that person that's like Googling all the things like, oh my God, I think I saw the edge of a corner of a t-shirt that could have been this character who appeared in Spider-Man issue number X1724 one time in 1992. That's Vince. So I enjoyed it. But,
I was wondering if Vince is over there feeling personally attacked by that statement.
Serious.
Because it seemed pretty personal. I don't know what happened backstage between y'all two, but we can't have that kind of mess here. We can't have that kind of drama. We're a drama-free zone. Yes. What are you thinking after sitting with the trailer for a little while? You more excited, less excited? You more questions? What's up?
I am geeked to all hell about this trailer. I'm not gonna lie, only because they did a typical Marvel. They gave us some really great scenes, but they also didn't give us some really great scenes. You know what I'm saying? Like they missed key elements in those scenes. So I don't know. I'm really excited to see what's gonna transpire from this, like where we go from here. And you're right. I feel I feel like we are going to be grieving a little bit, you know, saying goodbye to, you know, an era of Spider-Man and a whole new era, and saying, you know, like, and welcoming another one. So I'm kind of excited because I really want to see Miles Morales live action. You know what I mean? I'm excited to see who they're going to cast. I'm praying it's someone of ethnic background, you know, like actual ethnic background, just because, like, you know, we're all brown skin, but like, are they really going to be Spanish and Latinos? So that's
you want
what
somebody Afro Latino in that.
Yes, I want my people to be represented. You know, we don't have, you know what I'm saying, an actual like Latin Boricua. You know what I'm saying, like superhero, like or male or female. I don't even care. We need one. We have we have Shang-Chi now. Where's the Spanish at? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm waiting on it. And I'm excited for it. So I'm ready.
All right. Now, Vince, I'm going to throw, I know you haven't seen the trailer, and, you know, we'll see if you can make it all the way to December 17th without seeing the trailer. But one of the things that kind of came out of this week was Tom Holland kind of telling everybody that he is not sure whether he's going to be Spider-Man again after this, or, you know, if there's going to be more, you know, Peter Parker coming up in the MCU. But he even went so far as to mention that maybe it's time for a Miles Morales movie. What do you think? Would you give up Peter Parker, Tom Holland as Peter Parker, to get Miles Morales? Are you in the why not both camp? What do you think about this? That was for you, Vince. You're muted. Vince is about to get hit by another car. I will start this. I'm like, so I've become really attached to Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I'm not even gonna lie. I think he's doing such a great job as Peter Parker and as Spider-Man. He's young enough to where, like, if we could get 10 more years of movies out of him, I would be happy about that. So I'm like, why not both? Like, you know, maybe become friends with Miles Morales, become a mentor to Miles Morales. Help us. Don't leave us so soon. Please don't do this to us, Tom Holland. Vince, you got something for us on that? You're muted. But
if you're talking, we can't see.
Sorry, I had to lower the volume because I'm assuming that Yaz just gave away the whole trailer.
I didn't.
No. We didn't even touch on anything. We
respectfully didn't, just for you.
I didn't listen to any of it, but I'm gonna assume that Yaz gave it away and Stephanie hated it. Somewhere between the two of those things. But all I can say is that Tom Holland not leading Spider-Man movies doesn't mean that he can't still be in the MCU. I did just read an article that said that despite him not necessarily being in the Spider-Man, you know, in terms of the headline in the movies anymore, that he would still be a prominent figure, kind of like an Iron Man-esque, Tony Stark-esque type figure in the MCU. And that's something that I'm here for. Yeah. I honestly think that if Tom Holland is able to successfully complete this trilogy without having the travesties that the first two Spider-Mans had, then he has done something that Tobey Maguire nor Andrew Garfield was able to accomplish. So with that being said, I mean, more power to you, bro. And I mean, he did it, and they did it seamlessly in a manner that didn't even cause any issues with. You would have thought that there would have been a hoopla about them taking MJ from Mary Jane and turning her into a person of color, so to speak. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But if you look back at it, Spider-Man is a whole dude. This dude, he went black and never went back. He didn't have no white girlfriend. He in Homecoming, he was with the with the mixed girl, and then now you go. You know what I'm saying? So
wasn't Felicia black in Homecoming?
Was she Felicia? I don't know. Felicia. I don't think Felicia was. No.
Okay. I thought there was another character you had a crush on. His love interest,
the Vulture's daughter. Whatever her name was, I can't remember.
I forgot what her.
She was half black. So I think that this seamless integration of these diverse characters is something that has been happening throughout the Spider-Man verse. But I also think that we get to see a Spider-Gwen coming pretty soon. And then Gwenom, and then the whole Gwenom universe. And don't forget, the symbiotes are also on the way too. So I love how Marvel is moving in sync with the comic book universe and doing it masterfully, and I'm here for it. Right. I even wore my little Spider-Man shirt here to the joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm feeling excited myself. I was like, let me go ahead and put on the good stuff, put on my Sunday best. Now, I'm wondering, see, y'all saw the trailer. There was a moment that a lot of people are talking about where Lizard is like lunging forward, and then it appears that he got like punched or kicked by something because he's like his head turns.
No, he's ruined it. I know he's ruined it.
I'm not listening.
No, but like I'm wondering, because we haven't seen or heard any news about whether this is happening, but I'm based on the way Venom 2 ended, based on where we're going with Spider-Man No Way Home, I'm wondering if this is going to be our first, you mentioned Gwenom and you mentioned symbiotes. I wonder if this is going to be the first view that we get of Venom in the MCU. And if so, is it going to be the same Venom that we saw in, in Sony's, kind of Spider-Verse, or will it be an updated version? Like they updated Doc Ock, they updated Electro, they updated, so are we going to get like an even more polished MCU style version of Venom? Like that's something I'm excited about, the possibility of that.
Right.
Yeah, me too. I would like to see that. And I wouldn't mind, honestly, if they gave us 2 Venoms, because then they could leave one Tom Hardy available for Wolverine, and we could finally make Yaz happy that way. So, I mean, the multiverse just gives us so many options, you know what I'm saying? So I'm here for all of them, you know what I mean? But I would not be surprised. You know how Marvel works. If they did drop in any kind of hint towards the Miles Morales, which sounds like they did, I heard that, then I would assume that they already have something ready to supersede that. You know what I mean? Right. Which would be probably like Gwenom or whatever. So
yeah, and I don't want to necessarily put out any bad juju or anything, but like I'm wondering if this might be Sony's kind of power play to be like, all right, now that we're here, now it's ours again. Spider-Man and the whole universe is ours. The MCU carries on without, without Spider-Man as part of the Avengers and part of the bigger picture. And maybe we get a very detailed, very crazy Spider-Verse from Sony, but it's just not connected to Marvel in the way that we're used to. Is that something that we can handle? I feel like I'd be a little bit mad at that. I think I'd have a grudge against Sony for that one.
100%, yeah.
I don't know. What do you feel, Vince?
Honestly, I think that Sony, this is an unpopular opinion, because despite the Venom movies not being stellar, you tell me if I'm wrong, but is it Morbius? Morbius is Sony, right?
Morbius is Sony, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So Blade, I think, is also a Sony movie. So I think
no,
Sony
Blade will be MCU.
Blade
it's Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Sony, with Morbius and Venom, is setting up a good pathway to capitalizing on the Spider-Verse as a competitive edge to the multiverse, if that makes any sense, to the MCU, like making it so that you don't have to always get Marvel Studios MCU movies just to enjoy the Marvel movie. And I think that that's smart. I mean, this Morbius movie has to really kick ass, which I think it will, because frankly, as much as we love Morbius, I mean, us hardcore comic book fans, we don't really want it. Nobody was really asking for a real Morbius movie. And I really believe that those movies that folks aren't really dying for are the ones that end up doing the best because of the lower expectations. But I think that old boy's going to rip this part. And I think that it's going to set a higher standard for Sony movies to actually use the Spider-Verse to keep us as intrigued as the MCU keeps us. If that makes sense.
So, I mean, there's potential. If that happens, there's potential there to get something great, maybe even better for Spider-Man if it's done right. I can see that. Yaz is not as convinced. So if Sony takes Spider-Man and does its own Sonyverse, so you're out, Yaz, or are you just like,
well, yeah, because I mean, like just hear me out though. With the evidence I've been giving, the track record of Sony so far as of right now, I mean, they're not doing very good with explaining things, with integration. They're not. And then I'm not saying it like as, a vindictive kind of thing, but like, I think the only saving grace for Sony is going to be the Morbius movie, because like from the trailers, we're geeked to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm geeked to see it. He's flying. He's like really creepy. You know what I'm saying? Like they really embodied like the live version of him, and I'm excited to see that. But I just think that, I don't know. So far, it's like DC. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, do I want to go pay to watch it, or I can fire stick that shit at home? So it's just like I don't really know, and I'd be like you guys were talking about, if Sony took over for Spider-Man, I'm not excited for that because, like, I mean, the Venom movie, the first movie was better than the second movie. So, like, we're backtracking now, is what I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want them to fuck up something that Tom Holland has worked so hard at for so long to try and fix. It's like, you know, it's like the whole Batman thing with DC. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have so many different Batmans, they have so many different Supermans because we just can't get that shit right. Tom Holland did it. That's why they're trying to just, you know, retire him, because there's no point in keep playing. It's like all the damn Scream, like scary movie. You know, why keep going if it's already gold? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just, I don't know. I feel like they need to stop where they think they're getting ahead. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's a long shot. It's not a short, you know what I'm saying? It's not a short road. It's a long road. So
a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah. I just feel like it's really bad. And I don't have any excitement other than what I've been shown right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, Morbius is the only thing I'm excited for. I don't think I'm going to be excited for them if they take over Spider-Man at all. I think I'll probably stop watching.
Really?
Yeah.
Even if they put Miles Morales to the forefront, even if
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm giving them a doorway. If they give me an actual Latino for Miles Morales, you know what I'm saying? Someone that is new that we don't really know about because he's a kid. You know what I'm saying? So like, someone that like, where are they going to pull this Latino kid out of? I want a new kid that like can really embody that character and, you know, speak Spanish. You know what I'm saying? Like, have the Prowler as his uncle. You know what I'm saying? With the dad cop with his crappy dad jokes and like, you know, the whole. I want that. So if they don't give me that, then Sony, I'm sorry, but like, I'll just watch on the Fire Stick for free. I'm not gonna pay for it.
By the way, if they do go the Miles Morales route, we already have in the MCU. Supposedly Uncle Aaron, Donald Glover as Uncle Aaron, who would be the Prowler, which I would be, please make that movie. Sign immediately. I'll buy the ticket right now. You don't even have to show me a trailer. I'll buy it right now.
I agree.
Last Spider-Man question. They've been talking a lot about this being kind of a darker, maybe even sadder kind of Spider-Man story than what we've become used to. And it's making my wheels turn. It's getting me worried about things. So I'm just like full on. I'm going full on grief mode, right? So I'm preparing for the worst. So to each of you, I submit. Stephanie, we'll start with you. All right, I'm Spider-Man movie, and I'm like, all right, you got to sacrifice one beloved character from that movie that's not a villain. So you got to sacrifice Tom Holland, Peter Parker, Ned, MJ. One of these three got to go. Which one are you taking away?
Well, I don't give a fuck about Ned.
It's easy for Stephanie.
Ask me a real question. Who cares about Ned?
I
mean, he's been a good friend.
She said, "I don't give a fuck about Ned."
Ned, I think Stephanie's got it.
That was so great.
Yeah, I mean, I think yes. Are you kicking Ned off?
I mean, I don't disagree with what she said. Like, I'm not getting rid of Tom Holland. I'm not getting rid of Zendaya. Like, let's be serious. All right. If I was to choose, the choice is, no offense to him, whether to be Happy or Ned, and I would totally choose Ned over Happy. So that's my choice.
Oh yeah, we kind of need Happy.
You left out though is Aunt May, and I think that Aunt May is on the chopping block.
No, Aunt May's fired. Can't get rid of Aunt May. What the? No.
Hey, look. Hey,
no.
What would hurt?
We finally got a hot Aunt May, and you want to get rid of her? What the fuck is wrong with you?
That's what would make it hurt more. Like that. Look, they go for the feels. You know
He's got to lose both of his all his family.
And his parents. Yes, all of them, bro. I mean, shit. We lost Stan Lee. We lost freaking Chadwick Boseman. We lost.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying? I mean,
in Spider-Man, he loses his best friend. Are you the fan?
Yeah, well, yeah, true indeed. But I mean, listen, keep in mind, you can lose Aunt May and get her back. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are ways to have those feels, then do the whole Doctor Strange. I'm fuck that. Let's go ahead and remake this universe and see how it goes wrong. Or I don't know, maybe they get married and Happy and there's a little brother. I don't know, man. I just think that Aunt May should not be left off of that list of folks that ends up making it throughout the whole movie. She's developed quite a following. Marissa Tomei has as this role, which makes her more susceptible to demise.
I see what you're saying. Valid
It's
points.
crazy.
I
Yeah,
see.
it's crazy that you bring that up because, like, in the trailer, they showed that moment with her in the coffin, and it was like, what? I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you, Vince.
It's fucking shit. Oh my god, yo. Fuck, man, I'm logging off.
This is like somebody walking through a haunted house, and like you never know when the spoilers come in
Yo,
and what it's going to
gonna
be.
pop out.
I just want Vince to be stressed out right now. There's already a lot going on. I'm just trying to add.
He's gonna be
Vince's
watching
stress
this movie
level.
like, was Tyrone right?
Oh my, yes.
Like, when
I
does
hate
it
that.
happen?
It's
When's
so
the
good.
funeral?
It's working. It's working, sir. The ulcer is kicking in. Trust me.
Oh, well, sorry about your blood pressure. I apologize for that. But any final thoughts on Spider-Man, Vince? Because we're going to move on to Foundation. There's a lot to discuss with Foundation. The show's been crazy. So before we move on there, I want to make sure you have your final thoughts on Spider-Man and the trailer and whatever else is coming through.
Thanks. All I will say, and I may drop off because I'm going to watch Foundation now that I'm on the bus with Spike Lee and everybody else going to DC for this Million Man March right now. I think that only thing I want to say is, did anybody that wasn't going to see Spider-Man get inspired to see Spider-Man based off this trailer? Like, what's the purpose? Like, I mean, as a dude who is notoriously known for hating on trailers and doesn't watch them, especially when it's a movie that I know I'm going to watch, I just want to know, like, are they trying to make us so excited that we stand in line like they're Jordans or like it's for the PS5? Like, what is really, like, why keep dropping all of these hints and giving us all these spoilers? I really don't understand it. I thought that the Marvel, the Spider-Man vote had been locked in already. So I'm just hoping maybe Tyrone, maybe y'all can help me understand. I mean, I know I'm a little different because I don't watch them, but what's the fucking point? Like, why I felt like Daredevil all week. Every time I go to Facebook or Instagram, I'm like, oh shit. Like, I can't even watch because there's so many things dropping, and it's like I don't want to know all this stuff. I just don't understand. Like, what is the intention? Is it just to take over like the social media news waves, or what is the true intent of the trailer? Just to build the excitement? Because it can't be to get the ticket sales, because I don't think anybody is being sold. They're just being made more excited. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta think about it. All of the Marvel movies, no matter what, we've gotten one, maybe two, you know what I'm saying, maybe even three, like little bits of a trailer from it. You know what I'm saying? Spider-Man No Way Home is the only one we haven't. It's the only one that hasn't been spoiled. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nothing. Like, they literally waited to the end of the year. It's a month before that movie comes out, and they just showed us a trailer, but they left out still a lot of shit. So I'm just letting you know, like, it got us who are already been ready for that movie to be even more ready for that movie, because we're already in, like, the runtime is 2 hours and 39 minutes, and I'm still ready. Ready.
Stephanie's gonna be so mad.
It's like, what?
Yeah, 2 hours and 39 minutes. Yeah.
2 hours and 39 minutes. He's better sit his ass in that theater. And the end credits.
Yeah, and that's true. Yeah, end credits scene probably going to be 2 of them. So you're gonna be there for all 2 hours and 39 minutes, and then add 20 minutes of trailers to the beginning of that. So I mean, your afternoon and evening is now spoken for, Stephanie. I'm talking to you specifically. Cancel all your plans because it's Spider-Man Day on December 17th.
But I will say this as a caveat. It's, bring a date, because there's no problem with doing things behind other people in theaters, evidently, according to the last time I went to the theater. So don't let it stop you from, having your fun if you need a quick baby make break amidst the trailers. I know that you see how Steph, you gotta talk Steph language. I'm starting to learn.
Like, she's looking for the theater with the reclining seat. She's like, oh, let me go ahead and get this. Make sure I get the right
notes, got her pen. Look at her.
All right, but
I will say to your point real quick, Vince, you're asking about it. I think people who, I think the excitement level has been raised by this trailer because there was a lot that we knew or expected to see in the movie that we hadn't actually seen, but to see it kind of confirmed in a certain way was just like, oh, that's, and the action clips that they showed us, the little bit of plot revelation that they gave us, it does give us a little bit more information, but it only opens up more questions. So I don't think anybody's going in like, okay, now I know this movie. I think we're all probably more excited. I know me, I'm a fan of trailers and the whole idea of it, the speculation involved, the conversations we have. So, it's like getting a nice little gift before the movie comes out.
I think it's definitely some just publicity. It's always great to have people talking. But I mean, also, Vince, you are a weird outlier. Normal people enjoy trailers and get excited about them. Like, the people who are making these movies are fans. Have you ever have you ever found the perfect, most incredible gift for your best friend, but it's a month till their birthday or whatever holiday, and you are like fighting every day to not be like, I want to tell you, but I can't tell you. I feel like this is the producers of that movie. Like, I want to show you how, but I can't show you.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you just a little bit, and y'all can be excited like I'm excited. That's what I think it is.
That's a nice way to look at it. I like that.
Hey, and I will definitely wear that weird badge. You know what I'm saying? So thanks, ladies, for talking me off the ledge. That makes
Wouldn't
sense.
be the first time.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and step to the background for a little bit, guys, because I hadn't had a chance to see Foundation yet. But I'll see if I can check back in a little later, if that's okay, Tyler.
Absolutely. Jump in whenever you can, man. We're always happy to have you.
All right, thanks, guys. I'll be watching.
All right.
I just want to say good morning to all of our esteemed comment section. Lisa, you are so right. I'm excited to see what's going on with Doctor Strange 2. Seriously, Black, my man, what is up this morning? Facebook user, I appreciate you posting, but I can't see your name, unfortunately, right now. But Stephanie, your response made this dude die laughing. You're perfect.
Facebook user, that must be Nordic, I think. And maybe that's like it's a Norwegian name.
Okay.
Fachbuk User, I think is how you pronounce that. No, but so... we're all caught up on Foundation, I would imagine. Foundation on Apple TV. We are I think this was the 7th episode in. I think this show, this show has been strange for me. Like it's so different from when it started. It's in a way that I wasn't really expecting. Like I'll be honest, I'll just jump right in. Half the time I'm watching this show, I want to roast it. Like I'm just like, this is so weird, and why are these people talking like this? Nobody talks like this. This is not how dialogue happens. And then some of the show, I'm like, man, this story is so crazy. This is a beautiful show. I love watching it. It's become almost like a new way to enjoy it. It's weird because it's not as strong as I thought it was going to be from the first couple episodes. So now I'm just finding new ways to enjoy it, but I'm not going to stop watching. Like I'm not discouraged by any of these new kind of revelations of the show, but man, I got some questions, y'all. I mean, Steph, you watched this episode?
Of course I did. I'm into it now.
What are your give me your rundown. Give me your thoughts, because I'm so curious to see what other people are thinking about this show right now.
So first of all, I think it's very important that Salvor Hardin and I have the same haircut. So I'm hoping the show gets more popular so that people will recognize my cosplay, because that's definitely happening at some point.
Nice.
And I feel like we kind of favor each other. So I'm like, I'm really excited about this character that I feel like kind of looks like me.
Yes.
But I'm into it. If I sort of skip ahead to the end a little bit, the thing that I'm most concerned about now is apparently Gale rescued Salvor after Salvor had been crashed for 100 years. So I'm like, oh, we just jumped 100 years. So we just not going to see any of the characters we've been attached to this whole season, except for Harry's Jetsons holographic Beyonce Janet Jackson ass. So everybody else we just get a whole new cast? Huh? I want to what? I'm into it. I'm enjoying the show, but this 100-year time jump threw me off big time.
138-year time jump.
Yeah. And that's after I believe this is after a time jump or two. I think we're about 3 time jumps deep in this show. We're going through generations and generations of weird family dynamics and stuff like that, which on one hand, it's part of the show that I like. I like that it just spans this crazy amount of time. But on the other hand, it's I'm starting to be like, all right, you're going to have to give me a map, because I can't keep doing math. There's too much math for me, because I gotta be like, how many years was this? Now how old are the other people? And, how long ago did this happen? It's all right, come on now. So yeah, with the 138-year time jump, and everybody just like these nice little very convenient cryopods that just like, you know, you can just wake up and like feel great. Like you just like, yeah, I've been asleep for 138 years. Wake up. She didn't even need to stretch. Like no stretching, no yawning, no like I'm hungry, I need coffee or anything like that.
Throwing shit into a boat.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
she just jumped out of her boat, her cryopod into a boat too. Did you like see the boom? Like,
yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah. Oh, we got a question here. Is this live or a replay?
This is live.
This is a replay, and somehow this question got onto the replay. This is some multiverse stuff. We have the time stone. It is wild. No, we're live. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for commenting. Welcome. Yeah, we're talking about Foundation from Apple TV. What were your thoughts when you were going through the show? Like, you know, are you still like all the way on board? Is it starting to feel weird to you? Like, what are you thinking?
I from the get, you know what I'm saying? I did explain to the guys that I didn't like how we really didn't really explain too much, and it just kept diving into like, you know, these different, like you said, like time loops, you know what I'm saying? Like we're meeting all these new people and I'm like really confused as to who these people are and like why they're important and how they're connected with the other people, and I'm just like, I was totally lost at first, but now I like you said, I'm finding things to enjoy about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm getting excited for like the architecture. I love like the design, the costumes in this. I'm just like everything about like them creating these scenes is amazing. Like the mural is got to be my favorite part of this whole entire show. With like the mural inside, you know, like Foundation, you know, it's like in the, I forgot what the hell the higher up crayon Empire, that's what they call them. Okay, so yeah, in Empire's castle, you know, they have these really cool murals. I loved how he hid those birds in the birds. Like that was super cool to me. Like I was like, holy shit, when he like turned on his glasses. Oh my god. I really like how they kind of all of the empires literally came from one guy, and they just all found out that he is completely like all the DNA is altered. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was like really that blew my mind, and I thought that was super cool because they're all in this code and morality of they are the original design from the original Cleon, and they're not. And I'm baffled, you know, at just how their society works. And it's kind of crazy because if you think about it, it's kind of like our government, you know what I mean? Like it's a weird way to look at it, you know, and it's kind of like our government. They only want us to see and hear what they want us to see and hear, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, if we don't break through and realize the bullshit, then we're just going to be told the same, you know, and it's really interesting to see all that because like the way that the people that are out of, you know, Empire, that are living on, you know, the outer reach and everything, the way that they've lived their whole life, Harry just told them it was all fucking bullshit, basically, that they were just here to fucking fight against Empire and they needed to get past their bullshit and get stuff together. And I'm really digging this movie. I like this show now. I like that like Harry is this fucking holographic being that came out of this damn, you know, like weird force field thing. Like I thought that was like super like intricate, you know. I was very like, holy crap. Like it surprises me in areas I didn't think I was gonna get surprised, and it also bores me in areas I didn't think I was gonna get bored. So it's on the line of just like, I don't know, you really have to watch it, you guys, if you're gonna check it out. You have to pay attention because things will fly by you quick and you're like, what the hell just happened? I have to rewind like 30 minutes to figure out what I just missed. So it's pretty cool. I love Salva Hardin. I love her character. And you're right, Stephanie. She does give me you vibes like all the way. Like she's empowering. You know what I'm saying? Like she's just like, I am woman. Hear me fucking roar. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't like that, swerve. Like that's how she is. You know. I mean, I know she doesn't use that word. You know, because she's. You know,
they should though. They need to inject some style into that place. Terminus is so boring. Like it's just like it's just like, hey, here's these rocks, and then like some people like give me like we need some like Terminus vernacular. Like they need to hook it up out there.
I will say though, her fucking hut that she like lives in, you know what I'm saying, on Terminus, the thing is hella cool. I would totally go in space and live in one of those. I'm not gonna lie, like that thing is like her dome. is really, really cool. And I love how her boyfriend is like this fucking Australian badass. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like with like these bright ass blue eyes, and no one else has blue eyes like him. Like,
why are
he's
his
like,
eyes so blue?
they're contacts, obviously, but
I mean,
saying,
but why?
like,
I have a lot of
they
why
didn't-
questions for this show.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I have so many questions, you know what I'm saying, as to like how they even met, like two of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did that love, like how did their love story even start? Like, I want to see what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm intrigued by it because they're both badasses, but they get all mushy with each other, and it's like it's super cute, kind of gay at the same time. Like, it's just like it's a great show. Like, I don't know, watch it, you guys, and let us know what you guys think of it, because it's definitely got a lot of weird feels to it. It's happy, it's good, it's bad, it's on that spectrum of like just different. So I know I really like Foundation, but there's definitely some things that I have a lot of questions about. I'm not gonna lie, but I'll wait and see if they get answered for sure. My favorite thing I think about the whole storyline is finding out that Salva Hardin is Gale, and her what the hell was that dude? Rage. Yeah, I knew you knew what it was, Stephanie. I love that. Like, she is their kid, technically, if you think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is, I knew she was connected to Gale, and I knew she was Gale's kid, but I'm happy they just fucking told us. You know what I'm saying? Like, this got out in the open, and now she just met her. You know what I'm saying? 38 years later. Like, I think that's super cool. So I don't know. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen to come. Like, it's a pretty cool show now. I'm intrigued.
I don't know if we're just supposed to accept this as just something that is it just happens in the show, but the idea that like Salvo crashed into this water planet 138 years before into this building or whatever, and then 138 years later Gale crashes in the same spot right above her, like to where she could just kind of swim down and be like, hey. Like, I'm like, how big is this planet? Like, or how tiny is it? Like, is it just like there's one neighborhood in this planet, the rest of it is just, you know what I mean? Like, I was just, these are the why questions I have. For example, like you brought up Hugo and Salvo, and I'm like, we were kind of introduced to them as like kind of each other's booty call, right? Like at first, like it was just sort of like this little silly, you know, little love affair kind of thing, like nothing too crazy. But now, without a lot of growth between the two, we don't really see them interact a lot outside of just like shooting at people and, you know, yelling at each other. Like all of a sudden these are like, you know, this is the love of a lifetime splitting up, you know what I mean? Like, did you buy it, Steph? Are you invested in this this part of the show?
It doesn't take much for me to invest in a romance. So yes, that's my thing. I'm like, oh, they looked at each other from across the room, it's love. They did have some moments though, like he came to first, she thought he died, that was very emotional, and then it turned out he survived, and then he helped, you know, when she needed help on the ship to like clear it and whatever, and then when she was like, no, we should all unite, like he's always supported, he's always had her back, he's said like, listen, I always trusted your visions till now, so like, why would I stop at this point? So I do appreciate that she's just like, listen, boo, this don't make sense, but here's what I need you to do. And he's like, okay, that's the kind of dude I'm looking for. Like, just trust that I know what I'm doing and go with it. So I appreciate that about Hugo. He lets her lead. He lets her rock.
Yeah, everybody on that show is pretty much down to clown without any questions. Like as long as you give somebody like a little bit of explanation, like you don't have to prove anything. The people are like, okay, that makes sense, and that's like the whole thing about everybody on this show. Like, you know, these two warring, like these planets that have been warring for apparently thousands of years over like their deeply held beliefs. And then like Harry, you know, Robot Harry shows up or holographic Harry shows up, and he's like, guys, come on. And they're like, you know what? He's right. We should just go ahead and drop this and work together. And he's like,
I did find it a little bit annoying. The Harry, just like you said, showed up, was like, hey guys, it's been me with the null field the whole time. Guess what? Foundation's not even about a library. It's about us being friends to fight the Empire. Everybody got it? That's all you need to know. Peace out. Going back to sleep. Like, Harry, what? There's a lot for us to talk about. You just go drop a bomb and deuce in 5 minutes? Where are you going, my dude?
Yeah, and like, what is like? You got somewhere to be? Like, where else do you have to be right now?
And not only did he tell us, he literally died, and then like organisms built him back, turned him into this fucking tomb. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's fucking Jesus now because he's like coming back out of a fucking rock. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought that was hella crazy. I was like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like, this dude is literally walking at it, and it like opened up like pristine too. It was like, oh yeah. Yes. I was like, are you serious? And he's just casually like walking out like John Wick after he just fucking killed everybody, you know, just like
he came out like he was expecting people to clap for him, like when he was walking down the little thing, like, yes, it's me, I'm here. And you're like, all right, man, calm down. I don't even know if like what this is. And as there a lot of those questions come up because like nobody stopped for a second and was like, hey, explain yourself. Like, why not? Like, and then he goes, all the stuff that I told you, you know, to build this foundation and to, you know, bank on the generations, and, you know, we're going to build up society after the fall. Just kidding. It's actually a revolution, which I'm down for revolution. I'm down for overthrowing the empire, but like, I would be really mad if my, you know, this like basically like religious leader type person came down to me and was like, fooled you. You're part of a different plan, and you're just supposed to go along with this one now. I'd be like, what? Come on, dude. Because I've been on this cold shit planet for 30 something years now, thinking that we were doing math problems. You know what I mean? Like that, like the whole math angle is completely gone from this show, which, you know, that's fine. I'm not a big math person anyway, but it was kind of a cool thing to, you know, the whole idea of like using math and history to predict future behavior and stuff. I'm like, but now that's just gone. Now they're just like, yeah, let's all build a bunch of shit so we can go and overthrow the empire. And it's like, okay, we could have been doing this since day one. Like maybe instead of, you know, people that are like doing math and hanging out, we could have been like training soldiers.
That's true. I didn't like also how he came out. He's like, where's Gail? Oh, she's not here?
Yeah.
And then like, just, oh, okay. Like, whatever.
Yeah. Well,
like,
all that.
It's nothing. Like, she's just my fucking protege, but it's nothing.
He managed to you know, devise this system by which he is rebuilt by like molecule by molecule, you know, and shows up with all of this knowledge and stuff like that. But he did forget a clock. So he's like, when he's like, where is Gail? He was like, oh, it's 100 years later, or however many years later. You know what I mean? It's like he just there's too much. There's too much. No, and here's the thing, because I was like, it's 100 years later. It wasn't 100 years later. This was before the ridiculous time jump.
Yep.
I don't know if we're going to see these people again, but I don't want to spend the whole time about talking about Foundation complaining about that part of the story, because I think, and I hate saying it, because like I'm not somebody who's like, yay, you know, tyrannical leaders, yay, empires and stuff like that. But the Empire story is like the best story in the show right now.
Is, and I think it's the best also because like we just found out how corrupt all of their perfect, you know what I'm saying? Like all of their perfect livelihood it was. We just found out all of it is not. It's fucked. And my favorite part, I think right now, is that they just killed the youngest Cleon. And that just got with like Day. He was not happy with that. Like that's gonna be a big turning point for them. And I think I'm like the most excited, I think, about what's about to happen in the next episodes, because we just realized that, is it Dawn is like the old guy?
Yeah. Dusk.
Okay, so
Dusk.
Dusk. Okay, so Dusk and Day, right? That Day is the
Dawn is the young one. Day is the middle age, and then Dusk is the old guy.
So Dusk and Dusk and Day, I like how they're conflicting right now, and they're fighting about, you know, like what they both think is right and everything, and that's gonna be, and like them finding out also that their genes have been altered. Like I'm curious to know if fucking Dawn really knows. These fucking names are ridiculous. Like I can't. No, even when I'm watching it, I'm like, okay, so he's okay, and then he's all right. Even though I still fuck it up. Like I can't get these right. I don't know why, but the older one, okay. I want to know if he actually knows that his genes have been altered, just like Day does. Like I want to know if he knows that, because if he doesn't and Day does, I can't wait to watch how he's gonna kill him. It's gonna be so great.
Yeah, it's I feel like this has been kind of marinating since he did that walk, and he
Yes.
got told about himself, and he
Revelation.
found out a lot about this, and because every bit of solid foundation, no pun intended, that has that he's based on is being
Right.
stripped away from him. So this is the kind of thing that makes this story so compelling, because like you can just see him like breaking down, but he's got to keep up this facade of being this the ultimate strength, the ultimate sign of
Yep.
of leadership and stability, but it's all just crumbling around him. And I'm wondering if he's going to just be like, hey, I've come to terms with the fact that we need to break this thing down, or is it going to be that he needs to overthrow his own empire, to start a new, you know what I mean? So I can't wait to see where that goes. And who knows?
Do you know the name of? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Do you know the name of the planet that he went to do that walk? Do you remember what the name of that planet was?
I don't remember the name of the planet.
I don't remember
the people were he was dealing with the Zephyrs, and that's about as much as I know.
So do you remember how long they said though that he was like the only one? Like how many empires before him? Was he the only one that took that walk out of all the empires?
Yeah.
He was first one.
Yeah. So that's and I think that was my favorite point about that. So I think that that's going to be a really a real tipping stone on the whole like empire. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole bridge is already gone. The space bridge is already gone at this point. You know what I'm saying? So like it's not like they had anything more of power wise. You know what I'm saying? Like they can really like take over the outer reach. So I don't know. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen now. Like I'm glad we got to this point. I've been waiting for it. I'm excited.
And one of the craziest parts of this last episode. And Steph, I don't know if I'd like to just get your thoughts on what you might be feeling in this moment, but you're sitting there with the most powerful man in the universe or whatever, and he tells you that he tracked down your friends, your family, their friends, their family, everybody that you may have had an impact on in your life, and just killed them with basically the snap of a finger. And he's not going to kill you. He's going to take away all of your sensory perception and just keep you alive intravenously until you eventually expire, and that's your life. What's going through your mind in that moment? Because I couldn't even fathom that kind of like craziness.
Fuck. Like my first thought is like, the human soul wants to hold on to hope. Maybe somebody will rescue me. Fuck. Nobody who might have rescued me is alive. So nobody has any clue I'm here. Like I don't know what's worse, knowing that all my family and friends are gone, any possibility of a legacy is gone, or knowing that I have to spend the rest of my life alive in sensory deprivation. Like your mind's going to crack. It's not going to take too long.
In ways I couldn't even begin to imagine. I mean, just
face at that ending scene, realizing this, like I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why she didn't just drown herself.
I thought the same thing. I was like, why is she not in that lake?
I was like, he left her at where a puddle of fucking water was and just told her, you're basically fucked. Like everybody you know is gone. You are nothing. You're a fucking ant. And just walked away from her. And I was like, she didn't drown herself? That's a strong bitch.
Yeah, I'm rushing one of those dudes with the guns. I'm like, look, something you got to give here. Yeah, we can't be messing around over here.
My way out.
Oh, real quick, I'm gonna add Vince back real quick so we can just say thank you for doing this. He's been chilling out backstage watching, but the phone's dying, so it might be time to say goodbye for a little while.
I just wanted to real quick stop in and say loving the banter, even though it's really hard. All right, I'm gonna keep it real. I didn't mean to log in just now. I think I hit the wrong button, and somehow I ended up.
Oh no, I did that. I brought you in.
Oh,
so you can say hi and goodbye, because you were like, I gotta go, guys. My phone's dying. So I'm like, let me get one last look at that face. One last look at that.
Oh, that's terrible, man. This is early morning face, man. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and actually watch Foundation while I'm on. I got an hour ride to the airport, so I'm gonna go ahead and check it out. And I'm gonna check back in a little bit if I can see if by the time I get there, if I have a little more charge, I'll see if I can check back in. But yeah, it's funny. I'm not gonna lie. I check in every now and then, and it's funny to hear Yaz talk about this, considering how she was like, "Oh my God, guys, I fucking hate this shit." Like, I don't like at first, like she wasn't really into it, and it's good to see her kind of like starting to, get it. So
You're
I'm gonna see
rubbing
if I
off
go.
on me. What can I say?
I love it. I love it, man. I love it, man. So I'm tuning in, but thanks for holding it down. And I'll check y'all out in a little while if I can, man. But a real quick view from Galveston, Texas, the
Okay,
birthplace of Juneteenth.
nice.
Guys, live, love all, and I'll holler at y'all a little later. All right. Hopefully Ty comes in too if he's okay. Hope all's well with Tyler, or whatever his name is. I don't know. Light skin number one.
I'm good. Thanks for asking. Thank you.
All right, Joe. Stay up, guys.
Be safe, man. Yeah. So, like we were talking about this punishment, insane. I think it also, this shrouding punishment, this destroying somebody's legacy. It goes to show how ridiculously cruel Cleon is. Like that is, I mean, when you're thinking of a way to hurt somebody, I don't know if it gets worse than that.
This is why I love you.
I mean, is it ridiculously cruel? Like this, I mean, what she did was pretty serious. I kind of feel like the punishment matched the crime.
Yeah.
If I had built an entire empire of clones and somebody fucked with their genetics, I also would be like, what's the worst thing I could do to you? You're gonna feel this. I just honestly, they have not really effectively villainized Empire for me. It's not difficult for me to dislike a white dude. Okay, so off top, I'm like colonizing white dudes. I can get on board with him being. I get on board with him being the villain, but they really made him very sympathetic. They really haven't shown him doing anything that I was like, oh, I gotta hate this dude. I just been like, I get it. Like, you're running a literal empire. Like, you got to make some tough choices. I don't know if I'm supposed to be cool with him, but I really don't have a problem with Empire.
No, I think it's funny because I mess with you, but and it's weird. It is weird hearing you side with with this character in the show, but I think it goes to show like that's kind of it. I don't know if it's a success or a failure of the show, or maybe it's just that Lee Pace, the actor, is so good and so so good at being like a sympathetic character that we're like, so man, I kind of I kind of want you to succeed for some reason. Like I don't know why. Again, I don't know if it's a failure of the show or maybe a success of the actor, but I'm right now like this is the first time I'm ever like, I'm not sure if I'm down for this resistance. They need to get their shit together. You know what I mean? We need some better leadership in this resistance. I'm like,
all their leaders died though, like or disappeared. So I mean, they didn't really, and they were lied to. So I mean, I get where Stephanie like can totally like empathize with Empire because he's not really he doesn't show really that bad of traits, like and I see like how her side is, She's right. This woman took over 30-something years to devise this plan, make it up, seduce him, get him out, and they literally almost like completely destroyed their everything they worked so many thousands of years to perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like it literally could have been done because one person altered all that DNA and they didn't know anything about that. So yeah, I get why he did that. I agree with you, Stephanie, but at the same point I agree, like he makes a really good bad guy. It's like watching Marvel. I can't be mad at him. God, he's so good at being bad, I can't be mad at him. So
well, speaking of Marvel and bad guy, he was a bad guy in Marvel at one point. He played Ronan in the Guardians of the Galaxy, and he showed up in a couple other things, but he was he showed up, and although he didn't play Ronan in the best Thor movie or the best Marvel movie, I would say that he did a great job. He's somebody who just kind of pulls that out of you. So I guess if I'm in this world, me and my family, we're going to be all about the Empire because we're just like, hey, we like this guy. We're going to be like the people who are like fans of politicians for no reason, be like, I want to have a beer with that guy. He seems like a good guy. Like that's going to be our whole reason for for generations of tyrannical leadership. He's a good guy.
I'm not saying I'm a fan of Empire, but like we don't got no problems. He hasn't given me a reason to hate him. Even the resistance right now, like they're like, we're gonna take on the Empire. I'm like, okay, like I dig you guys, cool, but I'm not like, yeah, resistance, bring him down. Like I want to be really on their side, but I'm just like, okay, that's a choice. It's probably not gonna go real well for you guys, but I'm with it. Sure. Like it just seems like they're doing all right. The show has not shown me enough of a reason for me to feel like them overthrowing Empire is necessary. It seems like everybody's doing okay under Empire. They get by. Like, you know, the U.S. Well, no, actually, that's not a good example.
I was just about to say, Stephanie, wow.
Steph hit those braids hard. She's like, wait a minute.
The U.S. justice system is the actual worst. But if outside of the court system, if we're talking about like, you know, economically and like some of the other things in the U.S., I'd be like, okay, like we have work to do, but I'm not finna bear arms and overthrow the government over it today. Like, you know,
right, yeah, it's just me and you then.
The elected system,
it is just me and you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We'll get the riot gear ready. Got you.
Listen, if we talk about the justice system, burn it down, burn it all down right now. But outside of that, like, I feel like, you know, it's running okay enough that I don't feel the need to be in the streets about it. And I haven't seen anything on Foundation that makes me want to be like, get the guns and let's roll.
Can I throw this at you though?
Yeah.
If you don't know something is wrong or harmful to you because it's all you know, is that still make it good, or does that make you a little ignorant to the fact that you don't know right from wrong on this certain situation because you were taught a certain thing and shown a certain way, and that's all you really know? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how everybody in the outer reach is. They don't really know any better. But now they're realizing how corrupt all this shit is, how these history books don't have our Black culture in it anymore, you know, and how it's rewritten, you know, in the victor. They literally said the victor tells the story.
Yeah.
So, and that is with everything. History, no matter how we look at it, even today in our society, that's how it is. So I feel like if we don't know, it's not our fault that we're ignorant to it. If that's all we were taught. It's like when you're little kids, we're not taught to be racist. You know what I'm saying? When you're little kids, you're not born that way. You're taught it. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of on that spectrum. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't really go against something you don't really know is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Until someone tells you, like, hey, look at this shit.
So I agree with that, and I think that that shows that we need some better leadership in this resistance. We need people to know what they're getting at. A scene comes to mind when y'all were talking about that. If you remember when Sabo's father was talking to her, and he was talking about how great things were on Trantor. He was like, "Yeah, things were great, and you know the only reason I left was because of your mom, but everything else was fine." But you know he was talking from a position of privilege, like their family was doing great. But, you know, literally beneath their feet, levels and levels beneath their feet, you know, people were down there suffering, working so they could have that nice existence that seemed like something you'd want to protect. So it's in that way. I think the show is I don't think the show has done enough to really drive that point home. I think it's kind of been up to us to imagine the struggle of the people who are being oppressed under the Empire. Because other than that, we haven't really seen a lot of oppression on the show. Like we've seen a lot of very beautiful, you know, technology and ships, and we've seen, you know, beautiful gardens, and we've seen all that stuff, but we haven't seen a lot of oppression. And I don't know if that's a choice where they're like, okay, we're gonna not show it and just let you imagine it, or if it's just kind of like, oops, we forgot about the reason for this resistance, you know. So it's going to be interesting to see how the next couple episodes kind of play out. And to see if we can get on the side of this resistance. Like, recruit me. I want to be recruited, but so far I'm not down for the cause.
I'm curious to see like if there's any literature on like how history actually, you know, like the people who aren't Empire, you know, if they actually like for, you know, like the later generations to maybe change this, because I mean, like how else would a resistance work? You know what I'm saying? Like we have hieroglyphs and caves to, you know, like that tell us, you know, how cavemen like lived. You know what I'm saying? Like we have not seen any type of literature other than what is on the walls of history for, you know, in the castle and Empire. You know what I'm saying? Other than that too. So that was another thing I noticed also, like with this, you know, there's no books, there's no literature, there's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Not even like a clay fucking, you know what I'm saying, like little drawing on the fucking sand. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm curious about that. Like, where's all their history? How do they even know this stuff if no one was around to explain it to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if these people
Yeah.
keep dying, how do they even create this? Those are my biggest questions.
Well, it sounds like, and this is kind of what I'm picking up from certain conversations, and then also just kind of like from stuff there. But it sounds like the last conversation they had, or the conversation that Harry had, was supposed to, I think, let us understand that that history is basically, it has been falsified in this
Right.
in the context of the show. Empire is just like, hey, your history is what we say it is, and you're just going to have to deal with that. So, you know, our history is on the wall. We'll tell you about all the stuff that happened because, you know, whatever we tell you will serve us.
Right.
But to your point, like, yeah, we don't get to see that. You know, we don't see, you know, whatever school system is educating kids on Trantor to, you know, to be good little soldiers for the Empire. You know, we don't
Right.
see, you know, the people working on the higher levels of Trantor that are just like, yay, everything is great, and you know, kind of shitting on the little guy. You know, so it's they definitely could show us more of that, and
Yeah,
get
we
us.
have all these skilled laborers, but we don't know how the fuck they got that skilled. Like, people, they just woke up one day and they're like, oh, I can build a ship. I'm an architect. Like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just,
Yeah.
there's some loopholes in this show. That's all
Yeah,
I'm
a
saying.
little bit of lack of world building. It's kind of where a show like The Expanse is it shines so brightly. You know, and I'm an evangelical Expanse fan, so y'all need to watch that when you have the time. It's an amazing show. I think it does everything right. Like, a lot of the stuff that this show's not doing so great, that kind of stuff is doing really well in Expanse. But speaking of world building, I feel like that's a Vince Taylor segue, by the way. That segue brought to you by the real Vince Taylor. But speaking of world building, did y'all happen to catch that new show, The Wheel of Time?
I did check it out.
This first episode. Yeah, what are your thoughts? Go ahead.
It was interesting. I have to obviously watch more to understand more, so I'm not going to comment or speculate on that. But I didn't hate it. I found it kind of intriguing. I liked the tempo of the show. You know, it was different. You know what I'm saying? It's I don't know. It's got different kind of vibes to it. So I don't really have too much comments on it right now. But after I watch the second and third episode, we can reconvene this conversation. I'll let you know.
Did you did anybody kind of stick out as somebody you're interested in watching? Anything? Was there a moment where you were like, okay, I might be able to, like, I can do another episode of this, another 2 episodes of this?
Let me think about it, just because I've watched so much stuff and I'm like, I know this sounds horrible, but it's just like, it's not running and you're like, oh, okay, now I remember. Never mind. Okay, so I'm sorry, but what is the main character's name? I gotta find out what her name is. Helen Hunt?
Morena? Something?
Yeah, something Marina. That's not Helen Hunt. Yeah, but I forgot the actress's name, but
okay, well,
we'll call her M. Yeah.
What's M? Okay, well, does she ever age? Like, oh my god. Okay, she looks amazing. Like, I was like, you can't even see her wrinkles through her makeup. Damn. That's all I have to say about that. But I thought that her powers were super cool. I'm really intrigued to like learn a lot more about her powers and the whole like light aspect and stuff like that, and like why only she has those powers, and like what's up with the Asian dude that's supposed to be hanging out with her? Is he like her Robin Hood? I thought that was kind of interesting too. Like their little like they'd be taking baths together, you know. So I thought that was interesting. She looked like she was trying to get all like, you know, when she like started heating up the water too, like she was like intrigued, and then he started relaxing. She's like, I ain't getting none. I might as well chill. So I don't know. I'm kind of intrigued by this. I got a lot of questions. The Trogs or whatever, the Trollocs look fucking disgusting.
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
Totally awesome makeup crew. I was like, holy, and they're huge. Like they don't even look like any kind of mythological creature we've ever seen. Like the horns, the face.
Yeah,
some
like
of them were
pig,
eating
goat,
people.
Bears, yeah,
shit was crazy looking. So I'm not gonna lie, the costumes, the entire set, it looks pretty dope. I'm excited to see what's gonna transpire from here, and like I'm kind of wondering if we're gonna get kind of like I know this sounds really funny, but I kind of got like Narnia vibes when I watched this. Is that weird? Was I the only one that got that? Because like I'm really I think that's why I'm digging this so much, is because I got Narnia vibes when I started watching this. Like, I don't know if that's just me, but it's intriguing. You guys, it's on Amazon Prime. It just came out. Check out Wheel of Time. It was very cool, actually. I'm excited to see what more that we get from it. It's got the first 3 episodes out right now, so check them out.
Okay, so you're mostly. It sounds like you're in for now, with a little bit of maybe in the near future, but yeah. So it got you good enough. What about you, Steph?
I watched all of it.
Okay.
I was doing laundry and a couple other things. I just let it play. Was it really only 3 episodes? Because it felt like 17. It felt like
it was
4
long.
seasons.
It's long. It's a long show.
Not in a good way. I mean, it was fine. It just felt like every other sci-fi thing I've ever seen. It didn't feel original. And also I felt like, why did I watch so many hours of it? Because nothing happened. Nothing happens.
Okay.
They set up the idea in the first episode, and then they proceed to accomplish nothing in the next 2. We just watch them spinning their wheels.
Well, so that's the journey. They're on the journey to like where they're like going to like get better, more powers, and become the fucking golden children or some shit, like, right?
It just felt super derivative. Nothing about it felt original or exciting for me. I mean, I'll keep watching. It was fine. It just felt like somebody's studio got to the end of the year and was like, we still got $500,000 in our budget. We should do something. And somebody was like, hey, my cousin wrote a show. And they were like, oh, all right, bring him in. Dave, pitch it. And Dave was like, so it's a chosen one, but it's like 4 young adults and they don't know which one is the chosen one. And there's like some real powerful ladies, but only women have magic. And the studio was like, ooh, that's original enough. Let's do it. And they just made this show. And it's kind of filler. That's how I feel.
Stephanie's like, they only got 1 black dude and they done murked his wife in the first fucking episode. What the fuck? And he was the one to accidentally kill her. I'm fucking out of this. This is some bullshit. That's what Stephanie's doing.
Yeah, that was honestly probably the most riveting and original moment of the entire series. That man axed his own girlfriend.
Oh my! In the moment though, she should have said behind. Like where were the damn, like no one obviously in that cast has ever worked in the goddamn kitchen before. You know what I'm saying? Behind, here. You know what I'm saying? Like none of that shit. He just oh, and she was just like legit, like it was fucked up.
I think we just need a clip of that moment of Yaz doing a death scene, just to be a thing that exists. So
I didn't have like squirting blood coming out though. She had like a lot of blood coming out. Though.
Oh yeah,
like,
we can fix that in post production. We're good. We can get you. Yeah, we can get you some blood. It's all good. So it sounds like Stephanie is more towards the out, even though we're going to force her to keep watching the show so we can keep discussing it and probably annoying her very much in the process. So I'm looking forward to that. We're going to see how mad can Stephanie get about Wheel of Time.
Well, we made her watch all of the whole freaking season 4 of fucking Titans. So I mean, she made it through all of that. So I mean, damn.
Stephanie's like, I didn't
my
sign
love
up
for
for
y'all
this.
is real.
Actually, I'm sorry. They just did announce though they are making a season 4, and I'm praying to God they took some serious notes from season 3 and they're going back to how season 1 started. Because holy shit.
Wow. Well, yeah, that's going to be a discussion for sure.
I know.
This Wheel of Time show, I think I'm gonna be in for now. There are a lot of things I like about it. To me, it was kind of like watching a video game. Like, you ever, I'm not sure if y'all have a lot of experience with like the role playing type games, like like World of Warcraft, stuff like that. It was like watching one of those. So in that way, like, I kind of reset my expectations during the show and just kind of like, I like how they kind of leaned into the campiness of it. When things started getting violent, I was actually surprised at how far they were willing to go. Because at first it was looking real light. Like I was like, okay, it was on some like A Knight's Tale kind of stuff at first. Like everything was all, bright and sunny and everything was great. And then all of a sudden things took a turn and it got dark. And, I liked that part of it. I liked that they just went right in with magic and, monsters and, Voldemort showed up, that's crazy.
The dude with no eyes. You're right. That's exactly what I thought too.
100% Voldemort knockoff.
Yeah, so it's
They
like
didn't even try.
no, not even a little bit.
He looked like a fucking Voldemort Dementor, like straight up.
Mhm.
Like, oh my god, that's so funny.
Yeah, and there's a lot of it like it's one of those things where the show jumps into a lot of pre-established lore and history and stuff without really giving us anything. So I'm wondering if throughout the next few episodes are we going to learn more? Stephanie, you might know more about this. Are we going to learn more about the lore? Where is
Nope.
this magic coming from? Like
Nope.
those kind of things. No, okay. Well, good.
Nope.
Thank you for
It's
setting my
just a journey that
expectations.
the friends are on.
Tyrone, you nailed it. Really, you described it in a way that now makes the show make perfect sense for me. We are watching one of those self-recorded YouTube videos of someone playing a video game. The show is literally just a bunch of big battles, walking with some banter, and an occasional very unimportant side quest. That's the whole show.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't mind a side quest here. They're like, if I see, that's the thing. Like, if I'm watching a show the right way, like if a show's going to be silly and be, kind of just nonsensical but just fun and
Right.
crazy and magical and stuff like that, I'm cool with that. I'll sign up for that kind of thing.
I wouldn't
But if
describe it that way. No.
oh, we
I
wouldn't, not
say
fun and
it's nonsensical fun. It's just more nonsensical, less fun. Yeah.
All right, that's interesting. I'm interested now to watch these next couple episodes and to see where it goes because I feel like they started building a cool world, but it would be a shame if they didn't, kind of fill it in with some more color and some more commentary and stuff. But we'll see. For now, we'll put it on the back burner. I look forward to when we can all get a couple episodes under our belt and really start diving into these characters because at this moment I couldn't tell you a single name of a single character.
Thank you. That was my next point. Do y'all like or care about any of them? We got 4 people, plenty of room for personality and character distinctions for having a favorite. They could all die. I don't care.
Austin did point out off rip when he first came on screen, he said, and I quote, and I hope my mother is listening, Maddie Stack, he said, "There is a ginger on here your mother is going to love." And I started dying. And I looked at that kid and I was like, oh my God, she is going to love him. That is so funny. So Mom, please check it out because you're going to find a newfound redheaded kid on there, and he's tall. He's got, very good cheekbones and everything you're looking for. Yeah, he probably, like, no lie, out of all of the characters, he was the only one I actually really was like, oh, where's he going? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is he doing? But the only other person I could think was like the dude with the sisters. Like his whole family shit is nuts. Dad's out like creeping in the streets where everyone can see him. Mom's a fucking drunk. Yeah. His baby sisters are fucking hiding in the middle of a goddamn massacre in this fucking little cubby hole thing. Shit was nuts. And Mom's like, I don't know who my girls are. And then she's like, my babies. Bitch, you were just saying how you didn't want them. Like, make up your goddamn mind. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff a lot of seeds being planted that I wonder, what they're going to grow into, what we're going to see, in the future and stuff. It'll be interesting. It seems like it could potentially be a fun new, fantasy replacement for the shows we really haven't had in a little while. But maybe we'll see. I think it's one that I'm in on for now, and we'll continue, and hopefully it'll kind of pick itself up and really start to develop. But right now I'm just watching it like a fun video game, and I'm liking it for that reason. I think before we wrap up completely, I do want to spend some time on some shows that have come out. Their stuff is dropping left and right. I mean, we are in a time where there's just not enough time in the day to watch all this TV and watch all these movies and stuff. So is there anything that y'all are watching that you want to share with us, share with the listeners and the watchers and say, hey, this is something you should absolutely check out? Yaz, you got anything for us? I think you might. I think there's a hint. Yeah.
There's a little hint, subtle, behind me. Just saying, if you guys have not checked out Hit Monkey, by all means, you need to. This show is giving us everything that we are looking for in action. It is hilarious. It is crazy. It is action-packed as a motherfucker. Oh, and did I mention the main character is a monkey? Yeah. Pretty fucking awesome. Just saying. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, But all I can say is Jason Sadusky is also the main character in this. He is not the monkey. He's got his own cameo, and he is also one of my favorite characters. So please, if you're looking for a witty adult TV show, please don't show your children this. You might freak them out. Just letting you know. Amazing. The storyline, the character build up. I love it all. From literally the first episode, you get origin stories. So please check it out. Let us know how you're loving it. All season, it's got 10 episodes, and all of them are streaming live right now on Hulu. So let us know what you're thinking. It's pretty fucking dope. Like, I was enthralled.
Nice. I like that that you renamed Jason Sudeikis to Jason Sadusky. I like Sadusky better. I think it makes more sense.
Whatever. I don't know how to do his last name.
But where can folks find Hit Monkey?
So it's streaming live on Hulu. And you can find it on Hulu. You just need a subscription. It doesn't need anything special or anything like that. It's not on one of the little side, apps on there. It's literally on Hulu. You can find the 1 through 10 episodes on there. Watch them all. They're pretty badass. They're only about 30 minutes long or so. And I'm telling you, you're literally going to be wanting more and more every time you watch it. I went the whole season already in an afternoon. So yeah.
Stephanie's like, 30 minutes. I am in.
Yeah. And trust me, you're like, it's over. God damn it. And then the next scene plays, and it's even greater. What's up?
Okay, so I say this knowing nothing about the show, so maybe I could really enjoy it. I just, as a Black person, I have serious reservations about anything monkey related. Like, I just don't want anything to do with it, especially like a humanoid monkey. I'm just like so scared they're going to do some shit or cross a line or get too close to a line, and I'm going to have to march on Marvel, and I don't want to.
I am happy to announce to you, Stephanie, this has no racial slurs whatsoever to our race, our culture whatsoever. He is a capuchin monkey, so he is an Appalachian monkey, all right, and he's white. So that's another thing too. They didn't make him brown
Voiced
or
by a
black
white man.
or anything. Like, he's all white, and his best friend is a white man. So it's not. The quirky jokes are like white dad, kind of like I'm a smart ass, kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing to play on our culture. That's mostly the reason why I really want you to watch this, because you are gonna find how hilarious. Like, I no lie, I have a new action hero, Hit Monkey. I mean, nice. I'm sorry, but Ultron, you might want to watch out, because Hit Monkey has like just invaded my heart, and I don't know. I don't know which one to choose at this point, but it's incredible. He doesn't even speak. Like, he's a chimpanzee. He's a monkey, so he's literally speaking in monkey the whole time, and there's subtitles. And Jason's, how do you say his last name, Tyrone? Sudeikis.
Yeah.
Okay, Jason Sudeikis. Thank you. He is basically like translating everything that he's saying. Okay. So it's not like trust me, when I first saw it, I was like, oh man. And like, the funny part is, like, when the monkeys are all talking together, there's subtitles, so you can hear them, like, and it's super funny too, because there's baby monkeys, there's mom monkeys, like, it's all a whole thing. So like, it's fucking hilarious. You have to watch it. It's a spectrum all on its own that I can appreciate, because it does not reflect badly on our culture whatsoever. And it doesn't even mention our culture. It's mostly Asian and white people. And that's most of what this show is about, is like, they're in Japan. That's what the setting of this is in Japan. So it's fucking hilarious. You got check it out. I'm telling you.
Stephanie's never been so relieved to hear about the lack of diversity in the show.
Honestly, I was so concerned it was going to be Jamie Foxx. Like, what up, gangster? Let's Cap as a monkey, and I was gonna hate it so much. This is the one time that I'm like, please, no black people, no black people,
no black people. It's an Asian cast mostly. If you remember X-Men, the bitch with the fucking sword, I can't remember what the fuck her name was. She was in
Psylocke?
Futures Past. She's one of the main characters. She's like the girl in here. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a very like Asian or authentic cast. There's no black people at all in this. It's just white, Asian. It's in Japan. So I mean, and I'm telling you, you're going to fucking love it. It's hilarious. I never appreciated like a monkey being such a total badass ever in my life. Legit.
Not even in
I want to go buy
Checks In.
What?
Not even in the 1990s movie Dunstan Checks In, where the orangutan lives in a hotel and causes shenanigans.
I
mean,
don't
if
even
it's
remember that movie, and it was like made when I was like born. So
yeah, that one
sorry.
was for the old people. That one was for the old people in the panel. Me and maybe Stephanie. Stephanie's
Yeah.
27.
Sorry, it was like 2 years
I'm
before I was born.
36.
I know.
Bro.
I'm
I
just
didn't-
No, that's cool. No, it sounds even more hilarious than I thought it was going to be.
It is.
It kind of it looks like it was given Archer vibes a little bit. Would you
Yes.
say?
Okay. Thank you. Yes. Archer
Okay.
vibes. Okay. So, do you remember how like you guys have seen Horrible Bosses, right?
Mhm.
So, do you remember how Jason seduced? I can't remember fucking pronounce his last name.
Jason. We'll just go with
Was-
Jason.
Yeah, how Jason was in that show. He was quirky, but at the same time, he was too much of a smartass that we loved him. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Same vibes. That is him all day. But he's a fucking assassin. That's a ghost.
Nice.
Like it's you got to check it out. It's pretty dope. And like I said, this show doesn't leave you with any questions. It's Marvel. It doesn't leave you with any questions. Doesn't leave you like, you know what I'm saying? It leaves you wanting more because that's what it's supposed to. But I mean, it's a great storyline. I'm gonna watch it again just because like I loved it so damn much. Like it was great. I'm glad we finally got Hitmonkey and he's everything I wanted. I just can't wait to see what's gonna come next, to be honest with you.
Awesome. I'm excited. Yeah, so Yaz says we should absolutely watch Jason Schmodorkis and Hitmonkey, and I can't wait to see it. I'm excited about it. I haven't gotten a chance yet, so I'm excited about it. Thank you for hyping it up for us.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll be talking about that in the near future. And for anybody who tuned in right as Yaz was saying that Stephanie will love it because there's no black people in it. There's some nuance there. This is a good situation.
Yes.
We love black folks. We love diversity. This is this is us. But this one we can stay out of this one. And
Yeah, we
we'll be
can
fine.
sit this one out.
Yeah,
Totally
we'll watch this one happen.
We're gonna bench this and give it a 10-star. You know what I'm saying? Like because there's no horrible, like cameo of some Asian person sounding like all gangster and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like it's nice. It's really
All
nice.
right. Thank you for that. Yeah, Steph. Anything that you think we should be watching? We should be looking out for?
Foundations and what's it called? Are You the One Supernatural? You know what I'm talking about.
The Invasion?
No, the show we discussed. Those are the only things I watched. I did the homework. That's it.
Okay, Wheel of Time one. Okay,
Thank
cool.
you. Wheel of Time. Yeah, I'm gonna start calling it Are You the One Supernatural because that's what it is. But I haven't managed to yet, but I'm excited to watch Red Notice. Is on Netflix. I don't know a lot about it. I think it's like a heist film or something.
Yep.
But Ryan Reynolds and The Rock are in it together. I'm a big fan of The Rock, and I just feel like Ryan Reynolds is all hits, no misses. He could do no wrong as far as I'm concerned. So I'm excited to watch it just because of the cast.
All right, I'll take
You
that.
will be excited. It is a good one. It is a really good one. The action is pretty awesome in there too, so you'll be excited for that.
All right, yeah, more stuff to add to the list, man. I'm glad I quit my job because I don't know how else I'd be able to support my my TV watching because
It's been
I
hard.
need it this time. Yeah, everybody quit your job and just watch TV. I think that's what we should all do.
Cool.
Just do that. That's what we should do. We
On,
should
on
just
your decree, we will.
Yeah, tell your boss, be like, hey, sorry, Tyrone was like, quit your job and watch Hitmonkey, so I had to. If I may, I want to really encourage people to watch Cowboy Bebop, which just dropped on Netflix. Cowboy Bebop, the live action remake of the fantastic anime. I watched the first episode. I haven't watched any episode after that, but the first episode, frankly, kind of blew me away with how good it looked. Cowboy Bebop is a very, very like stylistic, kind of futuristic sci-fi Western sort of thing. And I mean, it hits on a lot of different styles that I would think would be really hard to pull off in live action, but somehow they managed to pull it off. The cast is amazing. Spike, I think Henry Cho does a great job as Spike. I got to learn the other actors' names, but the guy who plays Jet is fantastic. Faye Valentine made it's working. Like they're nailing it. The music, the characters, the tone of the show. It's really, really good. I know Cowboy Bebop is a show that's really, really important to a lot of people. It's one of those that fans of the show really are protective of it. And
Sure.
For people who feel that way about the show, I think I can safely encourage you to watch this live action like reboot and really just enjoy it. It was fun. It was a good time. What's up, Steph?
Question. What's
Mhm.
with the title? The title is so weird that I'm just like, I don't know if I want to. What is it? Is why?
Yeah, no, it's a good question.
It is.
It is a good question because it's it doesn't sound like it looks. You know what I mean? Like, so you're like, what is this? The title that tells me nothing about this show. But so the Bebop is the name of their ship, the name of their main spaceship, and they call they're bounty hunters. That's how they make their living, and they just kind of, as a shorthand, call bounty hunters cowboys. So it's this, like, kind of far futuristic, part, like, it's our future. So there's a lot of, there's cars and things like that, but it's this weird mixture of, like, 1990s technology with, like, far future technology. It's a really cool mixture of those two things. So the more you watch the show, the more it kind of fits. And yeah, the whole cowboy aspect of it is because it's very much, in a lot of ways, it's very much a Western, just set in space.
Okay.
So think of it like, okay, so watching the live action kind of like gave me Fifth Element vibes. I'm not gonna lie, the way it was set up, but I'm not gonna lie, like they took the Fifth Element and made it better. Like it's amazing, to be honest with you. Like the scenes you get, the different backgrounds, different ships, how you can see inside the windows and everything, like the layout. It's incredible how and what they can do, and even inside, you know what I'm saying, inside the ship, like it's really cool, the different scenes that they have made for the show. And I'm kind of loving how they really did incorporate like the anime with this, and they went and did their homework, and I'm kind of excited about that because it looks amazing. The outfits spot on, and it's kind of hard, you know what I'm saying, to get certain outfits, you know what I'm saying, like, and like create them to look exactly how the anime does. I mean, like, Henry is literally wearing his little like Asian, like get up, and it looks amazing. Like, you gotta know that it took them time to press that collar up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the details in it make you really appreciate how much they're trying to integrate like the actual anime with the live action, so that people who love this anime, they're not feeling like betrayed by it. And it's kind of incredible because they really did a great job, and they really casted some good people to portray the characters that are actually in the anime. So it's really cool stuff. Check it out. I don't know if you've seen the anime one. Maybe that might help you, understand it more if you watch the anime and then watch the live action. I mean, it's pretty cool what they've done. I'm not gonna lie. I was super excited to see it.
But I do think that if you just jump right into the live action one, you would not be disappointed.
For sure.
So to your point about the casting too, Sirius Black just dropped some knowledge on us, and the man who plays Jet Black in the series, which is the best name ever, the man who plays Jet Black is the guy who played Bushmaster in season 2 of Luke Cage, who was easily the best part of that show. I'm sure that we can all agree on that. He was the best part of season 2 of Luke Cage. And that actor, every time I've seen that actor in so many things, and every time I see him in something, I'm always surprised it's him, because he just disappears into a role. Like, he's not a guy that you're like, oh, that's his name. Like, I don't know the dude's name, but every time I see him, I'm like, this guy is the shit. And it's always like, oh, the Bushmaster guy. Now it's going to be, oh, it's Jet Black. Oh, look, that's Jet Black. Because he kills everything he's in. I'm so glad that we have this dude. He probably should be getting like the respect of, Lakeith Stanfield and Jonathan Majors and stuff, just because of how talented he is. And hopefully he's working up to that level, because I think he does absolutely deserve it. And another thing about Cowboy Bebop, just period, I think it's in the running for like one of the best opening themes of all time. That theme song is an absolute banger. It gets me hyped every time. And when I saw the live action, depiction of that theme song, I was like, all right, they did it. They could have, the rest of the episode could have been trash, and I wouldn't have even known it, because I was just so happy that they did the theme song the way they did. Yeah, so thank you for that, Seriously Black. That makes me even more excited about the show, because I love that actor. Yeah, so I wholeheartedly recommend watching Cowboy Bebop. Steph, if you get a chance to watch an episode, I think the episodes are 50 minutes, so they're longer than what they were in the anime, which I think they were less than 30 in the actual anime. But it doesn't feel like a long 50 minutes. they're very fun episodes. The action's great, visuals are fantastic. So I think you'll enjoy it. Yeah, and I think with that, we can start to wrap it up. I mean, Vince isn't here, so we get to work on Tyrone time. So we're like 90 minutes. I'm trying to make a movie that Stephanie will like watching instead of having to sit around for 3 hours and be mad about it.
Well, there's Black people in this, so I could do this for longer.
Okay, yeah. This is the kind of screen that Stephanie likes to see, unless there's monkeys involved, in which case, do not put us on screen. No, but I want to thank both of you for showing up, having conversation, enjoying ourselves. We missed Ty, we missed Vince. Sometimes life be like that though, and you gotta come back from a cruise, or everything that can go wrong will go wrong for you in the morning, and you can't make it because you got to take care of life. And but we want to know that we missed y'all. I'm sure you'll be watching and be filled with envy because we had a good time this morning.
We did. And thank you to the comment section, guys. You guys have been blowing up. We really appreciate you guys. Keep watching. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube. I'm just letting you guys know we're probably at the beginning of the year going to stop streaming on Facebook just because they're cock blocks. And I'm just letting you guys know. So Facebook's going to be the go-to to find us. So I'm just letting you guys know.
Yeah, and I want to add to that. So, YouTube, follow the page on YouTube. I mean, keep following us on Facebook. It's a really fun page to follow on Facebook, New Blerd Order. Follow the YouTube page. Follow Comedy Hub on Twitch because Twitch is another fun way to interact with us and to interact with Comedy Hub. A lot of other good shows on Comedy Hub, too, that you can watch when New Blerd Order is not on. So, yeah, absolutely keep on looking out for us. Keep on engaging. Share us with your friends. We just love to have this conversation with everybody. So it's been absolutely great. Steph, do you have anything you want to say before we head out?
No, this was fun.
All right. Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
I'm like, honestly, I was searching for something to say because you made my screen big. So I was like, I guess I should.
Yeah, no, I did that to you on purpose. I got to admit, just because you looked like you did not have anything to say. And I was like, let me just make Stephanie uncomfortable real quick.
Improvise.
Thank you for being a good sport about it. Now, it was fun. I enjoyed today. This has been a good time. Our conversation was fun, as it always is. Seriously, Black, couldn't have been happier that we met you when we did. Thank you for always joining us. Lisa is an OG, an absolute OG, and we love you for it. And thank you, everybody. I want to say, like I said, follow, like, share, watch, just do all the good stuff. Comment, keep it going because we love y'all. And we will see you on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. for the New Blerd Order, next episode. Also, you can catch me and Bad Ty on Wednesday at 6:30 on Multiverse. We're doing a little Thanksgiving episode this week, so tune in for that. And until next time, I just want to say I really genuinely appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much. And I'll do Vince. I think Vince would be proud if I did this. So let me spotlight myself. Then I want to say. Be authentic in everything you do, because if you're not being authentic, you're not being yourself. I think that's how Vince says it. If you're not being authentic, you're being fake. That's what it is.
That is, yes.
So in all things you do, let that geek flag fly. Thank you for watching.
Fighter 2, I just really hate Zangief, only Ken and Ra 2. I find it hard to be Blanca, keep a wee ninja hanging and the uncle album banging. If you negative in energy, then stay out the vicinity. Yeah, them niggas over there. Yeah, now look at what I wear.